So yes, I did. And yes.
And yes, we will talk about it.
Because we talked to, typical comic book is, what, 22 pages?
Yeah,
so we always talk about 22 pages, but here we'll talk about 32 pages. Torpedo's, this is, I think that this book was translated from Spanish. Well, because the writer is Spanish. And torpedo is like such a Spanish word, don't you think?
Torpedo. I never really thought about it, but yeah, it totally is.
Right on. Hi, and welcome to Seattle's #1 comic book podcast, the podcast that's dedicated to the first issue of your next favorite comic, and I'm Larry.
I'm James.
And it's episode 99.
Wow.
Next week, we're going to be doing our 100th episode, and to celebrate, we are going to do our second annual award show, the ONEIE'S.
The ONEIE'S.
And we
the
took
100-ies.
The 100-ies. And we took last week off to give you a full week of deliberation for your favorites in each of the categories. So visit our website if you haven't already and fill out your ballot.
Yeah, it's fun to do.
It is fun to do.
It's fun to just remember all the different comics that are out there that we read.
We did. We read a bunch last year, and we're going to read a bunch this year, and we read a good one this week. But before we talk about that, I want to talk about some recent and decent. Torpedo, written by, we'll get into it. We'll come back to it.
Yeah, let's hear some recent and decent, Larry.
Recent and decent. Sexy Latin Arabian vibe.
Ooh la la. Ooh la lee.
All right. You'll recognize the writer of this comic. It's Jeff Lemire writing.
Oh, from Sweet Tooth.
Andre Sorrentino, and the book is called Gideon Falls. And it's a horror comic about two interconnecting characters. One is a kind of a priest that is on his way out of the big main church, and he's kind of been downsized to a smaller neighborhood church or a rural church after the minister there passes away. And it's and then the other character is a schizophrenic homeless person who is he's got a conspiracy theory about a dark church that has extra secret demonic powers and stuff. I'm not really telling the story that well, but it's Jeff Lemire.
It seems like it's pretty big.
Yeah, it's a big story about these two characters, and they're eventually going to intersect, but currently they're just it's a great setup issue. It's called Gideon Falls. Issue #1 came out 2 weeks ago.
Is it related to like Gideon's Bible?
That's a great thing because I
didn't even think about that. Though. I don't know a lot of Gideons.
Gideon's Bible is that little green Bible that they used to put in hotel rooms.
Yeah. It's like the travel. He's like some patrons say to travelers or something like that.
That might be true.
I don't know.
I just swallowed some of my Canadian Dry on the wrong pipe. Anyhow, it's called Gideon Falls. Image came out a couple weeks ago. Excuse me. and it's really good. It's dark. Art-wise, it's dark, and the premise has got a very dark vibe, and I was really grooving on it, so I'm looking forward to reading more of that. Recent and decent, but let's talk about Torpedo.
All right, let's jump into it. Oh, I don't have the description pulled up. Well, let's talk about Torpedo. It's like a crime, what do you call it? Film noir? Is that right?
I would call it film noir. It is very,
30s era detective agency. He's a private dick.
No, he is a stone cold killer. He's a button man for the mob.
Well, yeah, I guess that's not what a dick is. Dick is a detective, right?
But in the modern sense, you would probably call this guy a dick.
But he It's the story of an innocent gangster whose life is traced from innocence. What? I wouldn't have guessed that. The story of a gangster whose life is traced from the innocence of childhood to amoral adulthood, and nearly every steps explored along the way. Abuli's distinctive narrative builds the story over time, and Jordi Bernet's masterful renditions of the title character are stunningly cinematic. Torpedo is the godfather of comics in both subject matter and execution. I don't think I really agree with that.
No.
I think it's like a series of vignettes about like a gangster type character doing in like these. It reminded me a lot of Usagi Yojimbo.
Yeah, me too. Black and white art, lone gunman.
Mm-hmm.
This one
hired hand maybe is what I was thinking.
Sure. This one here is a little more
film noir-y.
Film noir, but he is also to make that comparison between Usagi and Torpedo here. Torpedo is less caring.
Yeah, no, he's definitely I think last week you mentioned he's kind of similar to a Harper type, or Parker type
archetype.
Bad guy main character. Like he's killing people and, having sex with people and killing them and not thinking twice that it's a bad thing.
Right. He
even more than doing the bad things, he's like, yeah, that's how I do it.
That's how I do it. This is my job, and I'm good at it. And I'm gonna double cross too. Did you get that a little bit?
Yeah, he's a big double crosser. He's
a double crosser, and he'll like, oh, he's just mean all around. So let's get into so James and I read 3 stories.
Yeah.
And they're short stories.
Yeah, 3 little slice of life. Little stories.
One-offs of a day in the life of or a job in the life of
Luca, aka the Torpedo.
Yeah.
I really like his name. I think Torpedo's a great bad guy name.
Yeah. And he is a bad guy.
And stealthy too. He's like stealthy, and then he'll come in and blow up your scene.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great name, man. And there's all kinds of great characters in here, and he knows them all. He works for big bad guys. He takes high payoffs to get, to get these jobs done. Mm-hmm. But the first job, we're not really. So the first job is.
Should we talk about the art before we go into any of the specific stories?
I really want to talk about the art. Now, the art here is done by 2 different artists. The first one, and I want to talk about the cover too. The cover art is by Darwin Cook.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
So
Darwin Cook, we know Darwin Cook from
the Parker novels. And then the first 2 stories are done by Alex Toth. Mm-hmm. And then the last story that we read, and the majority of these Torpedo books are Jordi Bernet's Spanish artist, amazing artist. And if you really like this stuff, the look of this art, I would strongly suggest to look at his Jonah Hex.
Oh, nice.
He did a run on Jonah Hex. Oh, it's so good looking.
I really like it when you can see different artists' perspective on the same story.
And the same
character and setting.
I like that too.
Then you get to decide, I get to see, what is it that I like more? Or, just see it from a different angle. I really like Jonah Hex for that it's in different issues. But I like that this one's, it's in the same issue, you can compare it.
Yeah.
But then it's I definitely like the second artist better.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Jordi Bernet is just like.
So it was smart to put that one as the third story, because it made me think should I just read 2? Oh, I got to read the third one.
Yeah, because you saw that first page and we're
I
want to just. It does. It's a step up. And Alex Toth's artwork is nothing to
Yeah, nothing to sneeze at. Although I did think that the art in the first issue was better than the art in the second issue.
Okay. He is so clean. And
Very clean. Good storytelling.
Jordi Bernet, he is a little scratchy, and his lines are thicker, and his people look a little more mangled. Which
is good, but I can see both sides of it.
Yeah.
Or it is. It's not super gritty. Like all of the moves are very clean. These stories are very clean too. There's not like a lot of loose ends either.
Oh no, yeah, they're not gonna. Well, we do have one loose end at the end of that third story.
That is true, Larry. You're right.
Oh, but this first story, what a heartbreaker. Yeah.
So let's get into our first story.
Okay. But before we do, spoiler alert. So if you didn't read along with us. Pause the show, get this on Comixology Unlimited, and enjoy, and then come back and listen to the show.
All right. So, we got our guy Torpedo, and he's got a job. There's a dame. They're really good at making it sound. It's very, very simple dialogue, or very simple narration, scene direction. But there's a dame, and he told me where to find her. What a waste, but he could afford it. Oh no, he said I rubbed out a doll for him. I was making a joke saying dame, but he actually said doll.
Yeah.
Unlike most dames, she was right on time. So was I.
It's not cheesy. It is exactly what it is. But
it's so simple.
Yeah. He's the big boss man has got a broken heart, and he wants his girlfriend offed.
Mm-hmm. So he goes to do the job, and he's like, "Yeah, it'd be a waste, to kill her without having sex with her first."
Yeah.
So he does, and you think that maybe he's falling for her, but then he cocks the gun. I'm not giving up that grand. I've got an idea. So then he has an idea. He's gonna just send her away and take the money, and then we'll see what happens after that.
Well, we're gonna enjoy each other's company for a while, and it's a fun run.
It looks like it works.
And but she.
And would you say the art the art is adult?
Oh, for sure. There's nudity.
Yeah, there is nudity. It's almost not nudity, but it is nudity.
Yeah, it's cartoon nudity.
Yeah, it crosses the line. But then she splits on him. Not splits on him, but what do you call it? She pulls a double deal on him.
She pulls a double deal on him, and she does. She goes out with somebody else and breaks
his heart.
Breaks his heart, very much like the first story of the big guy, the boss.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention. So key is then he's he has to prove to the big boss that he killed the girl, right? So he does the thing where it's all right, here's her watch. Here's her hat. Here's her shoes. Here's her shirt with a big hole in it.
Right.
Big bullet hole in the middle. And he's like, that's enough. I don't need to see anymore.
And then, Torpedo can't do the job.
Torpedo can't do the job, so he has to hire someone to kill her for him.
And, what happens, James?
And at the very end, we see that guy give a very similar pitch to Torpedo. That makes him kind of scratch his head and think, am I getting pulled out? Is he pulling one over on me, and is she pulling one over on him?
Right.
Is it a cycle that'll never end?
It's a cycle that'll never end. Oh, I thought that was a great,
yeah, it was a great ending.
I thought it was a great ending. And I love these, just like you said, just like these great little short stories. And this one actually has, a hook. Are we going to see that blonde dame again?
Yeah, it seemed to me as I was reading it that these were standalones, but then after reading them, I'm like, well, there's no reason why they couldn't intersect later.
Yeah, this next one, Torpedo gets torpedoed by a little kid who's just like, you killed my father.
Killed my father. This was a weird one. I didn't like this one as much.
I didn't
like it, but it was like It was kind of a